Yo, Jenny Gang, what it do? So we are back for another Jenny Gang YouTube production. Before I even get into this horror story, like the video, turn on post notifications for my page, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And anybody that's already subscribed, you are gang. We lit. So I'm just trying to keep the energy good or whatever, but this particular story I'm about to tell y'all about is not anything to be smiling about. So let's go back to 2005 really quick. We have an idiot named Jesus Mano Salgado. He evidently likes to work for trucking companies, and he was fired from the trucking company. He felt like the boss owed him money, so instead of him waiting on his last check, because I'm assuming he would have gotten one, he shows up to the boss's house in the middle of the night, dressed in all black, and robs the boss and his family and says, if you call the police about this, I will off you, right? So he left. Family's scared. They call the police like he told them not to. This idiot Jesus ends up getting sentenced to 12 years for some stupid reason. I don't care what the reason was. He ends up getting released in 8.5 years, okay? Let's fast forward to this past Monday. What was Monday's date? It's the 7th? Excuse me, it was the 3rd. Okay. So let's fast forward to October 3rd, 2022. A person seen a truck burning, and once they put the fire out, I guess, and figured out who the truck was registered to, they ended up calling the owner, trying to get in touch with him to let him know that truck is on fire, what have you. Couldn't get in touch with him. They started feeling like something really kind of wasn't making sense with this situation, so they went to his place of business. Went to his place of business in the beginning of the day on Monday, and they weren't him and his wife who run the business were not there. So they started going through the surveillance system for this business, like, where is this guy? His truck was burnt, and I'm talking about a person with the last name of Sink, okay? He is a victim. We're not talking about Jesus right now. So the authorities started going through the surveillance camera of Mr. Sink's business, his trucking business, and they discovered that Mr. Sink, his wife, and his brother, and his 8-month-old baby have been kidnapped at Blick Point. So they're watching on the camera. I may or may not put a video of it on here, but they're watching on the camera as this dude, Jesus, that's who it ends up being, is escorting them out, their hands behind their back in zip ties. First, he brought out the two men, the brother and the uncle. Then he brings out a woman holding an 8-month-old baby. They're not zip tied or anything. And basically leaves the scene. So the news starts going crazy. I don't know how I didn't see this story until Wednesday, but the news starts going crazy Monday, Tuesday, doing rewards, trying to find his family, and trying to identify who is this idiot that kidnapped them. And it's the same person who they've let out of jail in 8.5 years for almost the same crime, Mr. Jesus Salgado. So fast forward to a couple of days ago, they find Jesus. He's tried to off himself. And when they find him, he said that he's done something bad. They're hoping that it's not what they think, okay? Because they don't have the 4 people that's been kidnapped. But you saying you done something bad and you trying to off yourself. So they keep looking, y'all. You already know. They found all 4 of these people who were being kidnapped. They found the dad, the brother, the mother, and the 8-month-old baby deceased. Gone. We already know Jesus was the one who done it. We don't really know why, but also it was looking like, how was he able to get 3 grown people to do what he said? Nobody tried, nobody did anything. Turns out he had an accomplice, which was his brother. What's his dude name? Alberto Salgado. He helped dispose of evidence, and he is being charged with being an accessory to the fact. So many messed up things about this. Obviously, the most messed up thing is that 4 people have been sent to the afterlife for no good reason. They're saying that the motive for what he did, Jesus, was kind of the same motive as when he went to his boss's house in 2005. He was fired from the trucking company again, and he always feels like people owe him money when he gets fired. So that was enough motive for him to show up and do this to all 4 people. I see a lot of comments saying why he had to off the 8-month-old baby or whatever. Why he had to off anybody? I feel, worse about the baby, but I don't understand when people are going through these crises and when you just so mad at life. You see, when the police came, you had tried to take yourself out. Why couldn't you do that before you went to these people and involving them in all of this tragedy? The Sink family, they seem to be of some sort of Muslim descent, I want to say. Condolences to their family. There are 4 different, not rallies, but visuals. I know I'm saying the word wrong, y'all, but when people gather together after someone has been sent to the afterlife and they pray and they gather and, just unite over the tragedy. Their family they were hoping for the best, hoping for their family to come back alive. Of course, they didn't. I feel like there is something terribly wrong with the system. Why do y'all keep letting these crazy criminals out so early, thinking that they not going to do the same thing? He ain't even do the same thing. He just had kind of the same motive, it's looking like. But he did something like 10 times worse. I just think it's ridiculous that this man was sentenced to 12 years, got out in 8.5, and he turns around and do the same thing. But this time, people's lives were lost unnecessarily. Can you imagine? 8-month-old baby. But let me know what y'all think. This is my first time hearing of this place, Merced, California, but this is where everything took place. I think they said Mr. Jesus Menu Salgado, that's the one who was on camera kidnapping them and done all of this. They say this man 30 years old, y'all. I swear, I was hoping I misheard that, but he looked like he about 85. It definitely looked like it sucked to be him, but like, bruh, if you had such a problem with life, handle that on your own. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me know what y'all think about this video. This particular horror story. And comment on the commentary, subscribe to the channel. Definitely turn on post notifications so you can get my random uploads. And I will see you guys on the next video.